Thank you, Mayor. You know, over the last several days, perhaps weeks, some of my colleagues around the table have said that they've been struggling with this, and this is a tough decision. I can say for me, a tough decision is, do you use deadly force or not? A tough decision is, do you terminate an officer who has risked his or her life, but they use deadly force unjustifiably? A tough decision for me is, do you go to court and testify in favor of sentencing a defendant to death? Those are tough decisions. I say to some of the people who have called me concerning this issue that Mayor Parker won the election. She hit the pavement, she beat the opponents, and she won the election. And she gets to set the agenda just as all other mayors have gotten to do, set the agenda. She won the election, and I say that to some people who've called me about this issue. The other thing I'd like to say is, for me, civil rights, human rights. Civil rights are international human rights granted by God, wherever you're on the globe. That's the way I see it. We get to choose. We have free will. We get to choose our spouses. We get to choose activities of life, but we don't get to judge. So in my choices and activities of life, I get to choose between what some say what may pose a risk to children in bathrooms against denying access services to transgender beings who God made. Transgender beings are human beings that need access to services just like others do. I know about 10 transgender individuals. About 5 are transgender by choice, as I understand their situation. 2 or 3, I don't know their situation. 2, God made them with human beings with both male and female genitalia, okay? One of them, about 2 years ago, was denied access to a restroom, men and ladies, at a restaurant. That's wrong. That's wrong. And if this particular ordinance can fix the situation for that individual, then every time I balance the potential risk to a child in a bathroom by a transgender person that data doesn't support, I balance that risk with a human being that God did make being denied access and services. I have to come down on this side, and I have kids too. So I'm on the side of treating all God creatures as human beings, and what is right, it is right. When I took this oath of office, I said, and I stand by it today, I believe that every knee must bow, every tongue must confess, every tub must sit on its own bottom, and no one will escape accountability. And I'm not going to judge anyone, because there are people who are frustrated because people have made choices that they disagree with. We get to choose, but we do not get to judge. And there's some other people out there, the election is over, it's done. And I want to say, Mayor Parker, I commend you for the campaign that you fought. I was not in your corner, but you won the race, and you have the right and privilege to set agendas like all other mayors have. And this has not been a real tough decision for me. As I said, tough decisions in my situation deal with more imminent life and death scenarios. This ordinance, as many people have testified, does have a life and death connection to it in some cases. But for me and Councilmember Gonzalez, Mayor Pro Tem, it's more imminent, the situation that we call tough. So I stand in support of this ordinance, again, because I don't get to judge. Thank you.